Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahavakak Wadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning. And to the hopeful elect across the globe. For it be another day to get out here, venture, because it's so important for your health, so important. Easter wants you what? In your houses, right? Getting fried up, getting comatose. That's how Esau wants you, but you got to get out in nature. I always say that and connect with Yahweh Shai, right? And there's going to be various topics, and there's a lot I want to go into, and I'm going to read all of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. And there's a lot for me to read, and I want to get straight into it. I want to go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. Baba Kishar. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. All right. And we're going to get straight to this. All right? It says, shorty, and we're going to shut off soon because I've got a chair that I've hidden somewhere that I sit on. So we're going to get to this chair, then we're going to pause it, then we'll start again. So listen to this, Baba Kishar. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of God. And what does vain mean? Useless. And could not, out of the good things that are seen, I'm reading from the Apocrypha, by the way, which are seen, know him, neither by considering works acknowledge the workmaster. So who's the workmaster? It's the creator, Yahweh Shai. Neither deemed either fire, but deemed either fire, wind, or swift air, or circle of the stars, or violent water, or what? Or the lights of heaven to be gods which govern the world. So you know what that ties back to? Idolatry. And it's funny right now because I'm in nature, and a lot of these people, I'm not judging them, but what are they? They're idolaters. Because anything you put before the Lord is considered as idolatry. Okay. And it says, whose beauty, if they have been delighted, them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty have created them. All right? So who's the first author of beauty? It's Yahweh Shai. He created all these things. Okay? And it does say this. But if they were astonished by their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much more mighty he is that made them. For by the greatness of the beauty and creatures proportionally, the maker of them is seen. So what does this mean? The things we see now is what? The beauty, bro. Look at these trees, bro. Hey, pan the camera. Look at all this beauty. What we see now is a reflection of the Father. All right? Here, check this out. It's a reflection of the Father. Right? And it says, Baba Kishar, for being confident in works, they search him diligently and believe their sight because the things are beautiful that are seen. Bro, you can't deny that. Right? And you know what? This is like the garden, spiritualism, symbolism. The Masons, they know about the principles of the Bible. Right? Just want to show you the views and everything. They know about the principles of the Bible. Masonry, the garden, right? The Garden of Eden, right? What were they doing? Eating, right? The fruit, good, evil, duality. You think they know about this? They know about that. But what fruit are you picking? It's about what fruit are you picking? Are you picking the fruit of good? What a beautiful view. Woo! Hey, this is heavy. I feel bad. Listen, brothers, get out here, man. Look at this view. So this is the Garden of Eden, man. Know what I'm saying? Pick. What are you going to pick? Good or evil? You know what I'm saying? What fruit are you going to pick? You choose. Pick good or pick evil. Okay? And we did pick, Eve picked evil. But now we're learning. We're learning we learned what evil was. We had to experience what evil was. Now we're experiencing what good is. We've experienced evil. Now we're experiencing what good is now. Right? But I'm not going to lie. There's good vibes here. I'm not going to lie. There's good vibes here. Very. So we're going to go back to this Baba Kashad. Check this out. Where was we? Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 13. Now we're going to jump straight to 8. Go to verse 7. For being confident in his works, they search him diligently and believe the sight, because the things which are beautiful are seen. This is beautiful, bro. Look, this is beautiful. Baba Kashah. Right? How about neither are they to be pardoned? For if they were able to know so much, how could they not aim at the world? How did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope. This is where people fall short. In dead things is their hope. What's the dead things? Idols. Right? And it says Baba Kashah. In dead things is their hope. Right? Which is idols. And it says, who call them gods, which are the work of men's hands, gold and silver to show in, and resemblance of beasts, or of a stone, good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand. Right? So most people, not all, most are idolatrous. They're worshipping some type of idol to get fame or something. I'm not gonna lie, it's good vibes. Let me pan the camera again. It's good vibes, baby. It's good vibes out here. You know? You got the families, you got the children, they're having fun. Good vibes. Listen, in the kingdom, it's gonna be true happiness, man. I'm here to bring that good energy, man. That's what I'm here to do. Baba Kishore. And it says, Baba Kishore, check this out. Now a carpenter felleth the timber after he have sawn down and a tree meet for the purpose, and taken off all the bark skillfully round about. Right, let's find a tree. Baba Kishore. Well, you see the trees there. Baba Kishore. Skillfully. And taken off the bark. And it says, round about, and have wrought it handsomely, and made a vessel thereof fit for service of man's life. And after spending the refuse of his work to dress his meat, he filled himself, and taking the very refuse, the very refuse among those which serve to no use, being a crooked piece of wood, full of knots, having carved it diligently, when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by skill and his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of man. See, to the image of a man. So what does this mean? Huh? If you're fashioning something to an image of a man, that's another form of idolatry, right? And come on. Or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion, and with paint colouring it red, and covering every spot therein. And when he had made a convenient room for it, he set it on the wall and made it fast with iron. Even pictures can be an idol. Pictures, art, work can be idols. Even this, what I'm on right now, it could be an idol. Social media, that can be an idol. Anything that you put before the Lord can be an idol. Okay? And it says, for he provided for it that might not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself, for it was an image that have need of help. Then maketh he prayer for his goods, for he speaketh, right? For his wife and children. Key thing, Baba Kisha. And he says, Baba Kisha, and he's not ashamed to speak to that which have no life. Right? For health he calleth upon that which is weak, for life prayeth to that which is dead. For aids, humbly beseech that which have least means for help. And for a good journey he asketh of that which cannot set a foot forward. So people pray to the idols for fame, for journey, Buddha. These are principalities. All right? And it says, and asking for what can it set foot forward, and getting and for good success of his hands, an ability to do of him that is most unable to do anything. So that's what they're doing, right? Asking for what? Help, but they're asking it. They're not asking God for help. They're asking idols, right? This is what you're going to realize. I'm not going to put too much pressure on them today because I know they get all, they get all funny when I come in. Anywhere I go, people get all funny, they get all scared on that. But wherever I am right now, park, what do you want to call it? Park, field. The people that are coming here, I'm not going to judge all people, but the people that come here, what are they into? A form of idolatry, a form of it. No, I'm not saying all, but most. Nature, if you worship nature, that's a form of idolatry. Nature's nice, nature's good. But in terms of worshipping it, you're not supposed to. Going back to Romans, they worshipped the creature more than the creator. We're supposed to worship Yahweh. Okay. But it's nice views, baby. It's some nice views here, baby. I don't know if you can see it. And I zoom in, hold on. Now it won't let me zoom in. Some nice views though. But anyway, I'm gonna leave them to it because I know they're a bit frightened. Oh, well, what's he gonna say now? They never know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'll leave them to it. They're having their fun. Don't want to rain on their parade, as we are doing. But it's not about that. So yeah, this whole society is rooted in idolatry. Whole society, right? The Garden of Eden, right? Did he say you shall not eat of that fruit? Did he say that? You know who that was, right? That was the serpent in that garden. Did he say you shall not eat of that fruit? And guess what? We ate of that fruit. That's why you got sin in the earth today. All the problems go back to Genesis. I could paraphrase it. You shall not eat of the fruit that's in the midst of the garden. This is the garden. This is that garden. Man. And we ate of that. In the midst of the garden. So what was we eating? Oh, we only knew goods. That's all we knew. Goods. We didn't know evil prior to eating of the fruit of Eve. What did Eve do? She was tricked. She was tricked. When the serpent asked her, did he say you shall not eat of the fruit of the garden? Did he say that? Yeah, he did say that. That's gaslighting. See, the enemy will also gaslight you. Did he really say that? Yeah, he did say that. It's written. The devil said, thou shalt not surely die. You shall not surely die. Not. Why do you think we die today? Why do you think people die? Because of sin. That was sin. This is how sin came into the world. Now we're living in a fallen society. That's why society is so fallen. We're living in a fallen world. You know what I mean? That's the reason. We were only supposed to know goods. They call it duality. That's why within the masonry, what do you have? You have black and white, right? That represents duality, man. Good and evil. Huh? And so forth. But the thing about the Masons, they call good evil. Right? And evil good. We're not supposed to think like that. Right? Masons, they know about the Bible. They're taught, when they go into them lodges, they teach them the Bible. They even know the name of the Father. But they don't really call upon it because their name is dreadful among the heathens. They know the name. They're taught the name in Hebrew. They know the name Yahweh. And they tremble. They know it. Right? So this is a big learning curve, man. Like, it's just a broken world, man. I just had to come out here just to ease my mind and all that. This is good for your mental health because brothers are dealing with all types of stuff, man. All types of stuff out here. Right? Afflictions, spirits trying to attach themselves to us, dark, demonic spirits. So it's good to get out here and meditate upon these scriptures day and night, as the scripture said. Meditate. Meditate upon these words day and night. Give thyself wally to them. So that's what we have to do. Okay. Don't worry about that, man. You know, they try to distract us and things like that. Listen, you're in truth, you ain't got nothing to worry about. All right? So it all began with Eve and Adam. And Adam followed. Adam followed. That's why the woman is the weaker vessel. Right? Here comes more perps. The woman is the weaker vessel. Because she's more catered, she's more prone to evil. That's a fact. They're more prone, they're more catered to evil. So this whole world is based on rebellion. Sin and rebellion. Let's get walking, let's get walking. Hey, there's a nice breeze in the air today. Nice. So there's more. Baba Kishore. Oh, listen. There is more. Hold on just a minute. For verily, desire of gain devised the workman built by his skill. But the providence of Father governeth it, for that has made a way in the sea and safe path in the waves. I want to jump straight to verse 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles there shall be a visitation. Because in the creature of God they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. So that's what idols have become, a snare to the unwise. Okay. Real talk. So we want to stay far away from idolatry. Alright, let me take this for a minute. Far away from that, man. Scripture says he's a jealous power. You should have no other power. You should worship no other power but the Lord. Him. The Lord, him, you should worship. What did Yahweh say when he was tempted by the devil? You should worship the Lord, him, and only should I worship. Our power is a jealous power. So when we put anything before him, that displeases him. Okay? These people, they're all about their belly. They're all about this world, man. You know? That's why the scripture says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love this world, love of the Father is not in him. Pride of life. The lust of the flesh. You know? The lust of the eyes is of the world. It's not of the Father. This what is vanity. Solomon said that all things are vanity. Vanity, man. And you know, notice the things that are cheap, the things you don't have to pay for, they're the most precious things. Like being out in wilderness, you don't have to pay for that. You don't have to pay for this. This is free. Bro, this is healing. Out here in nature, it's free. Don't have to pay for it. The most important things in life are free. But Esau markets everything. You just see them gone mad. Yeah, bro, forget about it. Yeah. They're just disgruntled, man. They're just disgruntled, man. So the things in life are free. Free. Gotta treasure this. I always say, brothers, get out in nature, man. You know what I mean? Get out in nature. Good for you. Good for your mind. Good for your spirit. Good for your soul. Good for your head. Good for your mental. And a lot of the prophets were in the wilderness, believe it or not. Because now you got men saying, you're hidden in the woods. You're in the woods. So I've been watching what's been going on as well. With certain brothers and so forth. Right, nearly to my spot now, isn't it? Because I had a chair what I hid here. I like to just hide it here. So when I come in the park, I just sit down. So we're gonna post up here. Excuse me just a minute. Yeah, the chair, you see, I hid the chair. Yeah, bro, come on, you gotta prepare, I got the chair here. Yeah, man. Oi, good vibes, man. Oi, there's good vibes here, man. Huh? Yeah, so hold on, but we're gonna set up and we're gonna continue this, Baba Kashar. Let's just pause this here. All right, check this out. Check this out. I'm back now, Baba Kashar. And this is Romans 1. And we're gonna jump straight to verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. So the invisible things of him from the creation of the world. What's the invisible things? Right? The things that are not seen. Right? Being understood by the things that are made, even on his eternal power and Godhead, which means divinity, so that they are without excuse. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Key thing, foolish heart. Right? And it says darkened. So what does darkened mean? Kept from this truth, hidden from this truth. And changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. What do you see within this terrain? What do you see? You see four-footed beasts, right? Birds and so forth, right? That's what you see, right? And it says, Brother Kishar, check this out. And creeping things, wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. This is where you get transgenderism, homosexuality. What's the other thing called? I forgot the name of it. That club. I forgot the name of it. Because it's all idolatry. It's all rooted in man believing his own God. That's what Freemasonry is as well. Man believing they're their own God. That's pride, man. That's pride. And it says, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. So guess what they done? They tried to change the truth into a lie. That's why the devil calls up, down, down, up, good, bad, bad, good. That's what the devil does. He twists things. The devil's perverse. The devil is perverse. He twists things. Well, that's why you have transgender, because he twists things. Whatever's good, he turns it into evil. Masonry is not evil, but it is, because the devil's made it evil. Masonry comes from the Bible, from Solomon and Hiram. But the devil takes what's good and he corrupts it. That's what the devil does. That's what the devil does. So I'm just checking my area, because you got to be careful what area. You got a lot of people watching us, man. You know what I'm saying? On the down low. And it says, for this cause, God gave them up to vile affections, are moving too fast, and serve the creature more than the creator, as we were talking about earlier on, before we got here. So they're serving the creature more than the creator. Listen, nature's beautiful. Yeah, another perp now. They're gonna do that, bro. I don't care, bro. They said that, bro. I'm not intimidated, man. I don't care, bro. You could walk me past me 50 times. I don't care. They serve the creature more than the creator. So what's the creature? The creature's what's formed by the creator. What's the creature? What's formed, right? The trees. You know, there's certain places in Europe or America where you can marry your tree. You can actually marry a tree and sign, I'm married to this tree. Now, you tell me, anyone that's listening, you tell me, is that person, are they in their right mind? They're cuckoo. They're gone. You can marry a tree. You know, it's legalized in some places where people are even marrying animals. Bestiality and all that. This is what happens when the devil spins laws. This is what happens when you don't have the laws of the scriptures. That's what happens. Righteousness is coming back. Righteousness is good. That's what bringing righteousness back. And we're not perfect by our own means, but we strive. That's the difference. What's the difference between us and the world? We strive to do what's right. That's the difference. And it says Baba Kishar. And even as they did not like to retain, we're moving too fast. And even if they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So if it's not convenient, it's not needful. So they're doing things that are not needful, that are not convenient to growth. Nature's good. It's lovely. That's why I'm out here. But I don't worship it. I'm not looking at the trees I'm not looking at the trees in awe. Like, because you're over that. The elect and Yahweh Shai, we're gonna go to John as well. We form those things. And it says, gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters. And you notice when I'm in here, you got people whispering, backbiting. That's a fruit of the flesh. Some people just don't change. That's the fruit of the flesh. Whispering, malignity, envy. Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Listen to these scriptures. If we just done what was right, we wouldn't have to go through the problems that we're going through today. If we just done what was right, was acceptable. I'm guessing a dog's going to come running to me now. I can hear it. I can sense it. So if we just do what's right. That's why it says obedience is better than sacrifice. See, how did I know? See, the dog is with it. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Because if you're obedient, you wouldn't need to give that sacrifice in the first place. But we're coming back to that now. Now we've learned what wickedness is. Now we can do what's right. See what else we got, Baba Krishna. See what else we got. I hope this is edifying. I really hope it is. Forget the vainglory. Vainglory, that's you trying to make yourself an idol. Forget the vainglory. And you know what? I think I might start coming out here more. Come out in the woods more. Don't worry about the streets. The streets are good, but it says the hedges as well. These are the hedges. Right? I've always been a wilderness man. Right? It's different. If everyone's going out in the highways, you coming out here teaching, it's different. You do what Yahweh Shai told you to do. See what else we got. Put away them idols. Anything can be an idol. Let's go to Matthew. Hold on. We're going to go to Deuteronomy within the law. Oh, right on it. To what Yahweh Shai. Deuteronomy chapter 5. And we're going to jump straight to 5. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that you may learn them, keep and do them. We have judgments, and these judgments, they're not to hold you down, oppress you. These are good judgments. These are good laws. If you apply these laws, everything would be lovely. If you apply these laws. I like it out here. It's good vibes, man. It's good vibes. Man, it's proper. Man, I'm not gonna. It's proper good vibes. All right. Come on, oi! Don't eat your sister, baby. Hitting his sister, naughty, baby. You get me there. So it's good vibes out here, man. Be authentic, be real, be transparent. Don't be fake, because people will fight. If you're fake, that will show. Don't go out in our highways if you're not really about Yahabasha. Don't bother go out. The Lord's looking for sincerity. And the Lord our power made a covenant with us in Horeb and made not this covenant with our fathers. The Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us. We're all of us here alive this day. The Lord talked with you face to face in the mount, out of the midst of the fire. Right? I stood between the Lord and you at the time to show you the word of the Lord. You were afraid by the reason of fire and went not up into the mount. Why? Because they wanted to speak to the Lord. When people say most high, they weren't able to handle it. A bit of thunder, fire came out. They got scared. No, Moses, please, you speak to him. You can't deal with the Most High. You can't deal with the Most High. We have to go through Yahushua. There was always intercessors. Always. There was always saviors. Yahushua is the ultimate saviors. But you know there was other saviors. Intercessors for us. Verse 6. I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, who brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Slavery. Thou shalt have none other gods before me. This is heavy. None. None. Thou shalt not make any graven image. A graven image is an image that you draw, carve out, and you worship it. Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. So the moon, not no moon. You're not supposed to worship the moon. You're not supposed to worship the stars. One individual, should I mention his name? I'm not going to mention his name, but this one individual, he's looking at the sun. Yeah, look at the sun. Look at the, I believe this, look at the sun. Look at the sun. The sun, it gives you life. Bro, yeah, the sun is good, but you're not supposed to worship it. Because that's called occultism. Yeah, it gives light, but who's the true sun? Now there's the sun, S-U-N, right? The sun, ordinance. Then you have the son, S-O-N, which is a son from a father. He's the one that gives you life, and he's the true light. The sun, does it give life? No, the Lord gives life. When you're thinking like that, you digress. Deuteronomy, we need to listen, we need to be retaught again. And it says, no, anything in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth, is lovely, bro. Been watching certain things, and I found that there's hydrothermal vents in the sea. You know what that's the equivalent of? That's the equivalent of a heater. You know a heater? See, everything they get, you know all this technology, everything. So they have hydrothermal vents in the sea. Where do you think the radiator? Your radio looks like a hydrothermal vent. Where do you think they get the ideas from? Nature. How do you think they created a plane, an aeroplane? What has aerodynamics? A bird has aerodynamics. Look at a plane. A plane looks just like a bird. Where do you think they get the ideas from? Nature. That's where they get the ideas from. But we're not supposed to worship it. We're not supposed to worship animals. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy power, Yahweh, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. It says third and fourth. By the way, this is where you get generational curses. The third and fourth generation. So your great grandfather may have been an idolater, and that's passed down to you. You got to break that. Now you're dealing with demonic warfare and all that. I hope this is edifying. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord power thy God in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. So we got to be careful when we're teaching. Don't be taking his name in vain. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, and I have a hard time doing that. I don't keep it like as I should. As the Lord thy power hath commanded thee, 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. 6 days. And that's another thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This goes back to pagans. You know, for every day there's an idol. I forgot the names of what the idols are. It's not important, but for every day, which goes back to Roman Greek mythology. This is rooted in pagan. Britain is very paganistic, but the people that ruled Britain, they were Israelites. They once had Christian fundamentals, but then you had the Council of Nicaea and all that, and it turned very paganistic and witchy. Britain was based on Christian values, not paganism. And the word British means Brits from British-ish means covenant. British, sons of the covenant. The true British are Hebrews, by the way. But the 7th day is the Sabbath day of the Lord, thy power. And thou shalt do no any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any cattle. See, all the animals are coming up to me today. They feel that good energy. They feel it. So we're not to do any work on the Sabbath day. None. The Sabbath day is a day of rest. That's when the Lord rested. Right? We got to apply these scriptures, and that's when you have prosper. You will prosper. You prosper when you do what's right. You prosper when you're obedient to Yahweh Shai. I want to be more obedient, Yahweh Shai. Please teach me to be more obedient, because I fall short a lot of the times. Sometimes I do things I don't even want to do, but I know I'm wrong. But the 7th day is the Sabbath day. That's how it was back then. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. It wasn't Monday to Sunday. And if thou shalt do any work, nor thy son. And remember that was a servant in the land of Egypt. The Lord thy power brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and thy mother. And that's another thing. You got disrespectful little gremlins out here. Honor your mother and your father. Now, if there's devil worshippers, you love them from afar, but they're still your mother, they're still your father. As the Lord thy power commanded you, that their days may be prolonged, because it says that you may prolong your days. All these things count. Your father could be a Satan worshiper, your mother, you still honor them, where you honor, if they need help or something, you help them out. No, you honor them. You don't honor the demons that may be on them. This is how you flourish. This is how you're given blessings. You got most of these children, they don't even want to spend time with their family. They run upstairs. They're not even eating. I don't know what today. What do they go downstairs? Do they eat on the table? Do they sit around as a family? Or do they run upstairs, eat by themselves? And that it may go well with thee in the land which thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt neither bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shall thou desire thy neighbor's wife. So you're not supposed to be looking at your neighbour's wife. Oh, she looks good. Let me see if I can get some of that. That happens heavily in society. This happens heavily in society today. Oh, let me see if I can get some of that. She looks good when the husband leaves. No, this happens heavily. This happens in a lot of these major work buildings as well. A lot of that happens. They say, oh, I've got a work buddy. So you know what work buddy means? They have a partner at home, a husband, but they have someone they fling with at work. That's off. A lot of that be going on. How do you think some of these women be getting promoted? Especially in West End. How do you think they be getting promoted? Getting these higher level and raises. I even know this once I was working. I'm not going to give the company. But this woman was sleeping with the manager. So she was getting extra pay. This happens all the time. Bro, this society is wicked. And it says, neither should have desires a neighbour's wife. I don't care how good she looks. I don't care how good she looks. That's somebody else's wife. Neither should I covet their neighbour's house. You see a neighbour with a nice house? I want that house. How can I get it? How can I get a policy on that house? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. His field or his manservant or his maid or his ox or his ass or anything that is our neighbours. If only we applied these scriptures, the world would be a much better place. We have to be the change. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world, because ain't nobody else going to do it. You be that change you want to see in the world. I hope I ain't sounded like Michael Jackson. That Jackson. If you want to, what's that song? I'm looking at the man in the mirror. If you want to be the change, you be that change that you want to be. I'm not going to lie, there's good vibes. They're making me so ever so welcome. They're making me feel ever so welcomed. Yeah. Good vibes here. Good vibes. So we went to that. What else? Got Hebrews. I need to do this more. Read the law. The law's not a bad thing. You've learned about Yahweh Shai now. Now it's time to. This is for me. Now time to get into the law. You've learned about Yahweh Shai. Learn about the law. Because the Lord did say, if you love me, keep my commandments. Yahweh Shai said that in John 15. Hold on. Right? This is John 15. They're taking pictures of me now. It's alright, it's alright. If they want to take pictures of me, it's fine. It's fine, man. This is John 15. This is my commandment. Hold on, verse 10. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. John 15 and 10. If you keep my commandments. And the commandments is not just Old Testament. The commandments are precepts. In Proverbs, these are commandments. There's commandments in Psalms. There's commandments in Corinthians. Because when you read the New Testament, a lot of what you'll find in the New Testament is also written in the Old Testament. And it says, if you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. And as I have kept my Father's commandments, abide in his love. So this pleases Yahweh Shai. Don't let anyone tell you, no, we don't need to get you the commandments, the ones you can keep, you keep. If you're a man, first thing I done, I stopped shaving my face. Keep a beard on your face. That's a commandment. Don't bald off your hair. Don't bald off your hair. Don't put no razor to it. Right? Don't eat no pork. I always say that was easy. I can just cut the pork. Just get rid of it. There's turkey. I always say there's turkey. There's chicken. Do you really need to eat pork? There's curry goat. There's lamb. There's mince. There's all these different foods. Do you need to eat pork? Huh? Do you need to? see what else we got. I didn't think this lesson would go this way. All right, this is Revelations 22:7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. The sayings are also the laws as well. Yeah, let's keep this up. I John saw these things and heard them, and when I heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see not thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and thy brethren, the prophets, and of them that keep the sayings of this book, worship God. So we're not supposed to be bowing down to no angels. John the Revelator was bowing down. So I'm your fellow servant. The angel said, don't worship me. I'm your fellow servant. I'm here to serve you. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. This is Yahushua speaking. To give to every man according as his work shall be. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, and the first and last. Verse 14, blessed are they that do his commandments. It says it here. And this is near to the end of Revelations, Revelation 22. Blessed are those that do his commandments, his precepts, that actually do. That they may enter, that they may have the right to the tree of life. All right, this is all coming together nice. That they may have the right of the tree of life. So we can get back to immortality again. The tree of life represents immortality. We ate that fruit that we shouldn't have ate. Now we're getting back to immortality. The tree of life. And may enter in through the gates into the city, for without that are dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Without these things, that's what you become. I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root of the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star, which be Lucifer. The real Luciferians are the elect on the right-hand side. And the spirit and the bride say, come, let him that heareth say, come, and let him that is a first come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. And the water of life is this word. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of the belly, mine shall flow rivers of living waters. So I'm going to shut off here. I really hope this was edifying. And I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Baisham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Wahar Vakar Kwadash. Until the next time, Shalom. Shalom.